The UK faces an unprecedented challenge, which is to meet net zero emissions by 2050. It is not only an ambition, but also a legally binding commitment. Direct greenhouse gas emissions from buildings accounted for 17% of UK greenhouse gas emissions in 2019 and amounted to 85 million tonnes in 2019, with oil-heated homes contributing about 10% of this total. The Climate Change Committee has identified that there are three options for reducing emissions. These include behavioural change, which can drive down or alter patterns in the consumption of energy efficiency measures, and fuel switching away from fossil fuels to low-carbon alternatives. The government has identified that the changes need to be cost-effective, affordable, and practical. The government also recognises that consumers must have a choice. Our customers, however, are different. Most tend to live in rural, quite remote areas, often in detached homes built more than 100 years ago. The alternatives to oil heating in this new world are very limited, costly, disruptive, and sometimes technically challenging. Our estimates show that to electrify all oil-heated customers in the UK would cost £35 billion, or on average £20,500 per home. Currently, public perception with respect to combating climate change is positive. However, recent surveys have indicated that when it comes to acting in their own homes, the government will have a more difficult time. Oftek completed a survey recently of over 1,000 rural property owners. It suggested that more than three-quarters, 78%, would be unlikely to install a heat pump in the future, even with the financial incentives available through programs like the Green Homes Grant. The Oftek research underlines the barrier to decarbonisation these costs present, with more than two-thirds, 68%, of rural homeowners stating that £2,500 was the maximum amount they would be willing to spend on energy efficiency upgrades, with over a third, 35%, of those unwilling to spend anything. Our research has shown customers value several different attributes when choosing their heating system. Being able to use it at any point, heating up quickly, ownership, lower cost than alternatives, being familiar with it, having a low carbon footprint. As far back as 2010, our industry recognised that our customers needed to decarbonise, but they needed to be provided with a choice on how to do it, and a real desire to help find that choice. Our challenge is set. How do we find a solution for our 1.7 million residential heating oil customers to decarbonise their heating systems at the lowest cost, least disruption, with their consent, and to do so quickly by using the infrastructure that is already in place, both in the consumers' homes, but also the infrastructure used to deliver liquid fuel across the country and the highly skilled people already in place.